Good evening everyone. My name is Matthew Company. Tonight I'll be discussing an interesting topic, or at least I hope you find it so. Tonight I'm going to be claiming that further research into the effects of lysergic acid diethylamide, also known as LSD, are essential in confirming the consequences of this substance. And I'm going to be supporting this claim with comparative research time, the research chemical epidemic, and possible medical applications of the chemical. So a little background into the subject. Lysergic acid diethylamide, LSD, is a Schedule I substance in the United States currently, with consequences of owning it could result in a jail sentence of up to 20 years on the first offense. So, also LSD is non-toxic and non-addictive. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, LSD is not considered an addictive drug because it does not cause uncontrollable drug-seeking behavior. And a little subnote into toxicity: the threshold dose, the normal dose of LSD, comes around 20 micrograms, with purchasable doses at around 20 to 80 micrograms. And the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration reports that the threshold toxic dose in which it would become harmful to the body is reported at 100 to 200 milligrams, meaning that a subject would have to consume 1,250 strong doses of LSD in order to reach the minimum threshold of toxicity. So I would like to move on to some secondary claims. Current research documents that there's no physical harm produced from ingesting this substance. The National Institute on Drug Abuse cites that long-term use effects as visual disturbances, disorganized thinking, paranoia, and mood disturbances. So no real heart damage, kidney damage, liver damage, etc. From LSD's first synthesis to the Controlled Substances Act of 1970, it was only open for research for less than 32 years. And to put that into perspective, tobacco was smoked by Europeans for almost 300 years before anyone started noticing the harmful effects of tobacco smoke, as well as with evidence of alcohol being discovered as early as 3000 BC, it would be 4,500 years before anyone would notice adverse effects of consuming alcohol. So with such low research, there could definitely be harmful physical effects yet to be discovered. People are also ingesting drugs being sold as LSD that are actually these substances called research chemicals. Now, a little quick background into research chemicals, as they are different from chemicals that are open to research, is that these research chemicals are completely legal and able to be bought by anyone over the age of 18 in the US. So among these research chemicals is 25I-N-bomine, and this substance is lethal at the milligram level. Now, the reason why this is so bad is because 25I-N-bomine comes in the same physical state as LSD. It comes as a liquid, so it can be placed on blotter sheets or as a liquid or on other substances, much like LSD, which is cited as a harmless substance. And so people are taking this substance which is being told is LSD, and they're actually taking a substance which is extremely harmful. An account in Massachusetts, I believe, of a girl who's 15 years old named Emily Valentine died actually because of complications due to taking this research chemical 25I-N-bomine. She passed away due to damage that it instantly caused to her liver 3 weeks later by septic shock of an infection. So immediately after taking it, she was in a medically induced coma and died 3 weeks later after taking it. The county district attorney actually states that it's very dangerous, even in tiny doses. One of the forms it takes is drops, eye drop kinds of things. Even one drop can be very damaging. They come in a sheet almost like stamps, and you rip off the way that LSD was sold for a long time. So these research chemicals can be harmful and are certainly legal, meaning that drug dealers can profit by selling drugs that are legally hurting people. So it's not a controlled substance in Massachusetts, says the district attorney, Mary Ryan, so it doesn't fall under any of their categories. police can't take it, they can't stop people from taking it, even if they saw them using it. The only thing that someone can be charged for having the substance is if they sell it to a minor, which is the only offense as reckless endangerment. So if more research was done into the possible harmful effects of LSD, people might not take the drug and therefore might not take by adverse effect, a research chemical that could be potentially harmful. And my last point would be that in an article, that there are possible medical applications in the psychological field. Patients of a Norwegian study showed clear improvement in that 60% of the alcoholics that participated in an LSD study for alcoholism, 60% showed being cured of their alcoholism. So just to conclude quickly, with the short amount of time research compared to other harmful chemicals, the research chemical confusion, and the definite medical applications, LSD should be taken down from a Schedule I substance and open for research.
Excuse me, I'm just walking over to grab Ashley's things.
She's not coming back?
She's not coming back.
All right. Could you? Yeah, I guess so. Ask her to give me a call.
Okay.
All right, or send me an email.
Definitely. I think that's all. Thank you.
I think this is hers.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I know. All right, Matthew. The propositions clearly identified. The phrasing of it is a little abstract, and I think it needs to be simplified a bit more. And I do think that there's a preview of the supporting points, but those supporting points are not really stated as claims in the preview. They're just topic areas. Now, I did think that you were making more of a claim when you got to the supporting points in the body of the speech. But it would be clearer if you were consistent, and I think that would be a good idea there. The first point is pretty straightforward. You're talking about how LSD lacks toxic or harmful physical effects. Its primary effects have to do with the way people process information, they think, they experience hallucinations, that sort of thing, but it's not particularly physically harmful. Okay, that's fine. That seems to suggest that there isn't necessarily a need for it to be in that Category 1 claim, Schedule 1 claim that you're talking about. I don't know that that shows that there is a need to do additional research on it, unless you also believe that there might be some physical effect. If you thought there was a lack of information about those kinds of things, then that would be a justification for doing additional research. It sounds to me like you're basically making an argument here that suggests that we don't have anything to worry about when it comes to doing research, as opposed to there is something here that we need to be thinking about. So it's almost counterintuitive. The whole second point on 25I endomie, I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, is a little awkward, because it sounds to me like most of your argument is a justification for why this particular product needs to be regulated, as opposed to why LSD needs to be researched. The notion that people are uninformed about this product and they're taking it believing it's LSD, and that research would somehow solve that problem, that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not sure how you get to that particular conclusion. The notion that people are uninformed, that I understand, but the idea that doing more research on LSD is going to inform people more about the dangers of this other thing, that chain of reasoning is not very clear. All right. I thought you did a good job talking about why there are problems with this particular substance and some of its dangers. And you gave us some factual data about what the laws are about those kinds of things. And like I said, to me, it sounds like it's a stronger argument that you're making that there is a need for regulating this product than it is an argument for, deregulating LSD so we can do more research on it. The only place where you get to something that might be a little bit advantageous toward doing research on LSD is on that third point. It's a very vague reference because there's no specific citation. It's 60% of alcoholics in this study were cured of their alcoholism, and it sounds like it's being attributed to LSD. I think if you had more explanation of what that research consisted of, or if there is additional research that supports those points and applications of LSD to therapy, that would be strengthening your argument. And I think that's probably where you wanted to spend more time on that particular point, less time on that second point. And like I said, I think maybe even the second point is completely irrelevant to the proposition that you have and more relevant to a separate argument. All right. You did a nice job presenting it also, so that was good. I appreciate that.